Now we live, ready, equipped, man. It's another day, man. Welcome, Keno, the great man, to We Eat Together. CEO, big bro, man. It's
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
pleasure to be on Well Versed and Reserve.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure likewise, man, to be on your show, man. I see what you're doing, man. And I definitely want to say welcome home, man. And I see you got out, landed on your 10 toes, and you're doing your thing, man. So salute to you and keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm here to support, man, for sure. You supported me. We're gonna support each other, man. That's how it's supposed to go, man.
We're gonna eat together, man. We're gonna eat this food for thought together
That way.
today. You know?
I see.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's
Right
definitely
over there, man.
it's definitely a blessing to be here, be alive, be able to hustle, be able to really show gratitude, man. It's really a blessing.
Most definitely.
So this
Most
is
definitely. Like
oh, go ahead.
No, I said likewise. It's a blessing to be here, most definitely. Chop it up with you, man. You trying to pick my brain? I'm gonna try to pick your brain, man.
Hey man, let's get these shovels and axes,
I like to learn from the young life, man. You know what I'm
man.
saying? Y'all got a lot to give, and so you know what I'm saying. I'm here to receive. I was young once upon a time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I used to always go holler at the OGs. That's where I got my game from. And as well, you know what I'm saying. They would it was exchange. You know what I'm saying? Even exchange. You feel me?
Hmm. It's an
Yeah, for
exchange of
sure.
power for sure. And I feel like
Mm,
every generation they got they destined knowledge that they went through. Every generation persevered a certain experience and came out with a certain wisdom. So it's like that growth is like you said, it's that exchange to where it's like we come together and we find that common ground of expanding of connection. So that's all that matters, man, and figuring this shit out because it's too easy to
most
become
definitely.
stagnant.
Hmm.
So
Most definitely.
so today,
What's up with your game?
man, it's today, man. It's episode 10. And well, today I
Yeah.
wanted to pick your brain on Big Ten, man. I wanted to pick your brain on
Mm-hmm.
what was your journey through your self discovery and your perpetuated growth, meaning that no ceiling of expanding who you are and coming to realize of yourself of what it is that made you the person that you are today, that gave you the gains that you have received today, and and really just
Mm.
explore that journey.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, shit. Definitely it's definitely been a long road, you know what I'm saying, to where I'm at today. And and all the experiences that I've been through, man. Starting from, I mean, I don't know how far you want me to go back. You know what I'm saying? As you know, I did 20 years, 10 months locked up, incarcerated in Oregon. So, and that transpired through going, in and out of state, you know what I'm saying, from Crescent, from Cali, and I ended up catching a case out there, you know what I'm saying, and got basically the maximum sentence for my first time being convicted of a felon. I got the maximum sentence. So that in itself right there was a experience. You know what I'm saying? So um, yeah. So, what part of it we going, you know what I'm saying? What chapter of it we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
So let's revert back to before you had to
Mm-hmm.
experience that shortcoming of well, it was a long coming. Seemed like you did a long time, but of like kind of like where when you were in Cali, like how was your upbringing? Like what was life growing up for you? Like did you have a big support system? Like what kind of interests you as a youth? Like what were kind of your barriers and your strengths?
Yeah. Well, shit, I'm from Richmond, California. Grew up on the South Side, housing projects called Crescent Park, and we one of the biggest projects in Richmond, California. And so, yeah, I grew up in there since I was like 10 years old, but I always been on the South Side. My dad he's a, and I like to tell people this because this my story. My dad, he's from Chicago. He's a vice lord from Chicago. My mom's was from Richmond. And then when he got shot, he came to Oakland. That's where my grandma was at, and met my mom while he was healing from his wounds or whatever. And then he ended up having me. You know what I'm saying? And then, and then my sister, and then of course, you know what I'm saying, he had like two other families in Chicago already. So I got brothers and sisters and them up there. And so that, situation took its course, you know what I'm saying? And then, they split or whatever the case may be. And then my mom, she ended up meeting someone else or whatever, and which is my step pops, you know what I'm saying? And then we ended up moving into Crescent Park when I was like 10 years old. And then, and mind you, when we move in there, it's 85. This is the peak of the Reagan era. You know what I'm saying? When the dope game is really just really jumping, and you know what I'm saying? And we move right on hard net. So once I come out the door, that's all I'm seeing is what the crack epidemic is doing to the hood and to our streets. And so I just instantly uh grew up seeing that. And man, you know what I'm saying? And then when you out there, you know what I'm saying? You got to go to school under these conditions, you know what I'm saying? You got to walk to school. Back then, like how it is now, all the kids is in the house, we really had to go outside. Mom's like, go outside and play, you know what I'm saying? Go outside, whatever, and which we did, you know what I'm saying? We was allowed to play, we was allowed to ride our bikes and skateboards and throw rocks and egg fights and water balloon fights. We was able to do all that, you know what I'm saying? Because, it wasn't as violent as, it was the beginning. You know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of all the, when the first person that died was rest in peace, Remy Clark, which is like a, then like a cousin to me because my grandma, his grandma was like best friends, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up around him. He was one of the first ones to get killed uh in in 85. This happened in 85, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, at that young age, at 10, 11 years old, you already seeing murder, police brutality, prostitution, you know what I'm saying, a dope gang. You just getting introduced to everything at a high level and quick, fast, in a hurry. Cause like I said, I grew up on Hardnet, you know what I'm saying, which is the main street that comes through the project. You know what I'm saying? And so me and all my friends, we grew up, we grew up seeing that. And and how things was going, like the older cats, you know what I'm saying, they interested in the game too. So they looking at us as young kids, you know what I'm saying? We was basically as lookouts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They would pay us to be lookouts. You know what I'm saying? They would pay us to run to the stone and do shit like that. So, you know, and that's where, I just basically started just really just getting my game, and getting a little piece of money was free. Like I said. And then like I said, Remy Clark was like my cousin. So he was like a known fella from the hood. So when he passed away, it was like all his partners, everybody from the hood knew like I was like basically his cousin. It wasn't even like, fake cousin, nothing, like that was his cousin. So I got looked out for, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up, you know what I'm saying? I got looked out for. And so, from there, I don't know. It was like, we went through the regular street shit, you know what I'm saying? The fighting, I start up like somebody, like I try to tell people, like I didn't just jump into the, wanting to sell drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? You was dealing with drugs back then. All the dolphins was grown people. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with the wrong grown person as a kid, they'll take your shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't just jump in a dope game. I was started being like a bat boy. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in the park, like all my young partners, you know what I'm saying? We that was our thing. We controlled the park. Like we wouldn't let nobody come over and bat boy. And bat boy is basically the softball teams will come in, and then we would be like, the person go grab the bat, bring it back to the dugout, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we made money like that. After the game was over, They would pay us. You know what I'm saying? They would pay us. Every one of them be giving us like $5, $10. You can make like $100 off one game. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do like 2 games a night. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, I was seeing more money than I probably would see if I was selling drugs at 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. And my mom would allow me to stay out late because those games would be late until the light came on. They played into the dark because she knew I was getting, you know what I'm saying, cool, legit money. You know what I'm saying? I had even got a paper route and shit like that, but I didn't like getting up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I'm saying? But in the hood, them was the hustles that we would do. Next thing you know, things would it would go to dice games. You know what I'm saying? Like, we youngsters 10, 11, 12 now, you know what I'm saying? With it's 86, 87, you know what I'm saying? We getting in dice games and shit like that and hustling. Now, you in a dice game, you lose your money, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You standing over there mad, hanging around on, you know what I'm saying? The homies, oh, what you mad at? I just lost my money. You want to get some money? You know what I'm saying? Now that's when you first getting your introduction to like, boom, nigga, here go 3 rocks right here. Let's see what you do with that. It was rolling so hard. You just walk to the park, you bust some things down, boom, you sell them, you come right back. You made the money. You trying to flip it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that shit, let me flip this again. This is moving a little bit faster than Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? This is moving faster than the dice game. It's getting this money like that. And then that's how me personally, how I got introduced to the game and started like, cause and I always say this because we had, you know what I'm saying, some big guys from my hood, but they wouldn't sell drugs to the young cats like me that was 12 years old, 12, 13 years old. They wouldn't even sell us drugs. So we would have to go to the people that was like right above us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where I would go get my jugs from and shit like that. And then ultimately I end up catching a case. I end up catching a case, uh, a gun case at a young age. So I think I'm going all the way up to 14 because you know what I'm saying. There's so many stories in between that, but so now you know what I'm saying. We just full fledged, in this shit. You know what I'm saying. Selling drugs and all the shit. Me and my partners, we all decided. You know what I'm saying. This is what we're doing. We were selling drugs because it was rolling so hard, and they would come in and they would do raids and they'd come snatch up the guys. We'll see them come in limousines, all this. You know what I'm saying? It's police, limos, and all this task force. They'd come swoop everybody up, take all everybody off the streets, but we were still on the streets. So now it's still rolling. These dope fiends are still coming through, want what they want. So you know what I'm saying? And that's when we started making our stamp, you know what I'm saying, being that because we were still there as young kids. They wouldn't mess with kids like that. Back then, they had no idea that we was also selling drugs as well. You know what I'm saying? And so I end up, like I said, I ended up catching a case. And I came home. I was on home supervision. I don't want to go on this, but this is how I end up really, really. So I come home. I'm trying to get like a jig for like $100. I'm trying to flip 100 because I'm on home supervision. I can't get on the street. It's a new nigga in the hood. They bring him over to my house. They bring him over and shit. And and this nigga was actually stealing drugs from his sister boyfriend that was selling big kilos and shit like that. So he came over. They brought him over and shit like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to, flip this $100. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, give me a whole zip, like here, babe, like here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, like, all right, this on nigga, you my best friend, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even from our hood at the time, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know who he was. And that's how I just really started getting money. And then when I had got off of that, you know what I'm saying, we had started going to the city. Next thing you know what I'm saying, I was 14 riding around and you didn't ask anybody where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, driving Mavericks. I had Novas, paint Novas as just a young kid, 14, 15 years old, you know what I'm saying, riding around old schools, all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had the case that I caught um, happened at school. So they had kicked me out the school district. So I wasn't even in school, you know what I'm saying? And that's a part of the story too, because I felt like by them kicking me out, derailed like, my education and everything, you know what I'm saying? Because now moms don't really know what to do, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't kick me out the school district. This all new shit, mind you, you know what I'm saying? This is happening in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, where so much shit going on. parents don't even understand. You just walk out the door, you just see as zombies and shit walking around and shit like that. But they tried their best or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so, that was going on. You know what I'm saying, where it's from, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of, shit going on as far as hood shit and beefs and all that. And fighting just regular hood shit, you know what I'm saying? And to fast forward a little bit, I end up start I catch another case, I catch another gun case or whatever the case might be. And one of my homies, he's already out of state doing this shit, you know what I'm saying? And one of my homeboys got killed in the midst of all this shit. Kenny Ford, rest in peace. And I catch another gun case, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of this. And some of my homeboys out of state. And at this time, he used to send me, like I said, I'm riding around and shit, clean shit before all the, the funk and shit got serious. And once that shit start getting serious, you know what I'm saying, you got to put more into that. It wasn't even caring about riding around in clean cars and all that. Now we riding around in buckets, and you know what I'm saying, and all in funk mode and shit. You feel me? And he saw that, and he was just that. He just didn't like, because he was balling. He was like, bro, what's up with my dude? He was like, so when I got out, he was like, he swooped me up, and he was just basically like, bro, like, um, you can't do this. He said, you're gonna end up dead or in jail, bro, if you keep going down this path. You know what I'm saying? Although he was selling drugs, but he wasn't entrenched in the shit we was in Richmond. You know what I'm saying? The murder rate, highest murder rate. We had the murder capital at that time. What's going on? When I was 15, 16 years old, Richmond had the murder cap. We all took our turns from East Palo Alto to Oakland to Richmond. You know what I'm saying? But over to everywhere before, Little Rock and wherever else, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago and all, you know what I'm saying? And so he was just basically like, wanted to see me, get out of that. You know what I'm saying? And do something different and get to the money, man. Like, man, let's get to this money, man. And you know what I'm saying, for something bad happening, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And that's how I ended up uh in Oregon, messing around in Oregon and shit. Started just trapping, man, getting money, man. It was time to get to it and shit or whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying, all that was going on. And you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, when you in these streets trying to get fast money, fast shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And then ended up going to going catching a case, man. You know what I'm saying? Catching a case, man,
Mhm.
for home invasion, robbery, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And ended up ultimately going to trial, me and my bro, and we ended up ultimately getting a maximum sentence. You know what I'm saying? Which was 20 years and 10 months. You know what I'm saying? Under that Measure 11, and which I didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I had learned. And I'm not suggesting anybody get in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying, would never tell nobody to get involved in the game, and you choose that lifestyle. That's a lifestyle that I totally denounce. And because I grew up in it for real. I got the scars, blood, sweat, tears, everything that come with it. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to a point in time where I was like, the things, but you should know, you know what I'm saying, is that know your laws. You know what I'm saying? Know what's going on. If you're going to another city for whatever reason, know the laws, know what you up against, you know what I'm saying? Because you just land anywhere, you start moving any kind of way, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you got coming. You know what I'm saying? We had the feds on us, we had everything, we had no idea, bro. We was getting followed by, this is hell of shit. That's a story for a different day, man. But
For sure.
uh so you know what I'm saying? So the experience with now let's fast forward to catching this case. Being in a waking up in the county jail like it's a bad dream, bro. I wake up and I'm like, I couldn't even believe I was really in there, because I'm going from balling, you know what I'm saying? All right, when you say balling, to us, it was balling. We was, you know what I'm saying? We was all right, you know what I'm saying? We was doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? But waking up the next day in prison, you feel, or in the county jail, facing these charges on my birthday, when we just went from having fun, chilling, everything, you know what I'm saying, good, to, money, women, cars, out of state, doing wherever. I just came back from Seattle. I was up there about to move up there, man. Everything great, you know what I'm saying? Bro, up there got, I mean, it was lovely, you know what I'm saying, to waking up in the county jail. So, you know what I'm saying? But we move in a certain way that could actually put you up for your whole life. You know what I'm saying? The way that you're moving, you in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So that's always a possibility. But we was living, like I said, if it wasn't even a possibility, which is what a lot of these young dudes do now. That's why I identify with them and I try to tell them, you know what I'm saying? Sincerely, excuse me, I'm sincerely like, bro, like, um, you just doing something that's already been done 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other new ways and legit ways to get money. Like, why would you even do that? You know what I'm saying? The game is it's really like it's burnt out. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the same, nowhere near the same where you can walk out your door and, make, you know what I'm saying, $500,000 as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? Three, four, like it was nothing, go to the mall, spend it and go make it back. This it's not even like that, you know what I'm saying? But so
I resonate with you said right there, how you said that sometimes you get caught up in that limelight, you get caught up in that fast pace that the longevity and the abundance doesn't even seem like a possibility. You so stuck in kind of like that survival and that instant gratification. And that kind of it
yeah.
raises the question that I want to ask is that was there a time from when you were 14 and growing up and getting stuck in that current or in that constant speed that your intuition that this inner voice or these inner visions were kind of direct you to like push towards more towards that that abundance and that longevity of okay maybe I should you know what I'm saying like did those inner callings did you ever hear those or did you experience that?
Well, I can say that it was basically like when it we and I had these conversations, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's where we was definitely lacking at, you know what I'm saying? Me and my crew, you know what I'm saying, was to have a longevity picture. We was living in a moment. We was in the here and we was in the now. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really looking, you know what I'm saying, futuristically, you know what I'm saying, at what we can be doing with the money that we was getting. I mean, we did like, you know what I'm saying, we had bought like we was talking about getting into the apparel shit way back then. We had we was hooked up with my big tone and from Elm Street and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really tied in and then we was all putting our money together. We had shirt machines. We wasn't doing nothing with that shit. That shit was like collecting dust in there, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we actually had it. We wanted to start a record label and all that. You know what I'm saying? We had good intentions on trying to do shit, but as you know, with the game it comes a lot of ups and downs. What people never talk about. You know what I'm saying? You can get a package and get caught up, you know what I'm saying? And somebody get caught up, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of variables, you know what I'm saying, that come with trying to sustain and live that type of lifestyle. And I'm testament to that. It was a lot of ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And when it came to like thinking on that level that you're talking about, futuristic, I was mentally bankrupt, you know what I'm saying, when it came to that, you know what I'm saying? Had financially had money, but mentally was bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? When it came to that aspect of life, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we wasn't even taking our real life into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Because what we was doing, we was jeopardizing our life every step we took and every move that we made when we was in the street. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. We never we didn't we definitely did not play our cards right, and that's just how it is for anybody. You already got a stack deck against you when you in the game. Period. No matter if you Big Meech, you know what I'm saying? You Daryl Reed, you Freeway Rick, or whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of different, it's a stacked deck, you know what I'm saying? What you're doing, you can make it to just be a nigga that's making 10,000 in the game, 50,000, or you're Daryl and them, you're making millions, you know what I'm saying? The
Mm.
outcome gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? Once the cookies crumble, you know what I'm saying? Once you got one bad seed or one, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of times it don't never be. It wasn't them. It was the circumstances around them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got good intentions because of course we want to take care of our family. We doing this shit because of the struggle that we in. The struggle that we seeing that our parents go through and our mother living in the projects. You know what I'm saying? We want better, and these was the options that was the easiest route, you know what I'm saying? And it was right there in front of us on the table. And as we know, you know what I'm saying, they made sure that that was what we saw. before we saw, like I said, they had kicked me out the school district at 14. You don't do that to no 14-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? You don't put them out the school district. In that time where, you know what I'm saying, they knew that they was flooding the streets with drugs. So I'm looking at like they was looking at like they down there need more kids like me in the streets, you know what I'm saying, to for the cause that they had. You know what I'm saying? To
Wow.
kick people out of schools and in the neglectors of making sure we got a proper education and putting this other shit in front of us because they had an agenda as well. And that's what a lot of people, it's just almost like they not even getting through their mind, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of like, what we went through, you know what I'm saying? Before we even got a chance to adjust and embrace a good education, you know what I'm saying? To have a chance, I'm not doing that because I know better this way. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even an option, you know, saying at 14 years old. And then once you get the hang of what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You in it. You in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's just how the streets was. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up in that time when the streets was like that. You know what I'm saying? But to fast forward to ultimately it led me. Like I said, I went to juvenile hall a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's going to prepare you for getting the kind of time that I got, but at least, you know what I'm saying? I knew to be stand up, you know what I'm saying? I'll stand up, me and bro stand up, went through this shit solid together. And then it's a whole nother story. Uh Waking up in a Oregon County jail where it's predominantly white people, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing against white people. It was like they had something against us, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that was actually mind-boggling to me is when I hit Coffee Creek and it was like, bro, three brothers at the table with me and the whole day where the whole cafeteria was just all white boys. Like really that many Mexicans, that much. And it really like opened, it expand my awareness to how Caucasian Oregon is. Like it's this is it it goes back in history to like, the whole movements that
Yeah,
came up here and but yeah, that really like
yeah.
expanded. Growing up in Portland, I grew up in the black community, like, North Portland, St. John. So it's like we didn't see that many white
Mhm.
people. But going to the pen, especially at Snake, it was just like, bro, this is nuts. Like it just blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah. You was at Snake River.
yeah, I did my whole
I was
time at Snake.
17 years. We the one reformed it, you know what I'm saying? Once we got there, but that's we can talk about that too. But you know what I'm saying? Once we got there, it was brand new. You know, they had prisoners building it, and we would hear about it. Like, they building this new prison. It was half a portion of it was already there. One wing, the whole like 1,000 people, but they built it where it can hold 3,000 people. And we would hear about they was building it. Nobody wanted to go there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to go there. They was sending us like it was like punishment. You know what I'm saying? You get in there, it's literally nothing in the day room except that TV. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing
Almost
in
no
your cell.
study.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing there when we got there, bro. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely wasn't going for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just came from OSP. In OSP, when I got there, I bought a TV and all, I had everything. You know what I'm saying? But we could talk about that.
No, absolutely. So, but yeah, go journey into that. Like, So, waking up in the county, fighting your case, losing trial
Yeah,
with your bro standing next to you, y'all staying strong, and now y'all in this stream of time where you gotta find yourself. You gotta now you went from surviving and disassociating from your abundance and your longevity caught up in this limelight, and now
yeah,
you're in a space to where all you have is either to introspect or to neglect. And it's like
yeah,
motherfuckers neglect through the medications, through homosexuality, through just all watching TV all day, like going into these fight or flight modes. But what was it? Because just to add on is that the whole purpose of well versus reserved is to exalt, is to glorify those who took their time in prison, who were reserved in prison, and took that time to self-discover, took their time to learn about themselves in life, because it's all a reflection. The more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about life, and became well versed while
Yeah.
reserved. So that's my that so what was it that
Yeah.
initiated, that ignited that well versed and reserved within you experience at Snake River?
Um, well, what for me, it basically just number one is catching the case. Like I said, waking up in county jail and knowing that I'm about to fight the case of my life. You know what I'm saying? My life is on the line. So I definitely had to find my focus, you know what I'm saying? Because I just come from drinking every day, smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? Every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what we did on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? To that, to yeah, sober. You know what I'm saying? To sober up and I had to find my focus, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm fighting for my life right now. You know what I'm saying? This shit just really got real. And so uh when I'm just trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was going on with my case, you know what I'm saying? What was the outcome was gonna be. They had offered us a deal, me and bro, and then we was basically like we wasn't gonna we had my partner that I was talking about, who I said uh back when I was 14 years old, that had gave me the when I said I wanted the judge that gave me that ounce for the honey, you know what I'm saying, and like really put me on. He was the same guy that ended up telling, you know what I'm saying, on this case. So
What?
me and bro, we had to figure out, yeah, that's why I came with the stitch slip certified shit, is because I stay stitch slip. You know what I'm saying? The case is over with now, so I talk about it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But um what happened was, you know what I'm saying, and I wasn't the shooter in the case, you know what I'm saying? But I just said, I'm just gonna take it to trial. First, we was gonna take they offered us a deal for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, if I don't take the 10, then what I'm gonna get? My lawyer's saying you're gonna get 13, you know what I'm saying, for robbery and kidnap. So I'm like, all right, what's the difference between 13 years and 10 years? I got a baby on the way, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, I want to get back out, but I'm like, what's the difference? So I'm like, let's go to trial or whatever. So me and bro went over, like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, we should take the deal. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? We might should go to trial, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might can beat this shit, you know what I'm saying? Because dude that was snitching, you know what I'm saying? He kind of tried to renege on what he had said. And we was thinking that that might help or whatever the case may be. And so we tried to start building a defense, you know what I'm saying, on our side. And all this, so I had to turn into a lawyer. That's another thing I be trying to tell these young cats. When you get to jail, you might as well go try to take the bar now while you out, you know what I'm saying, and try to be a lawyer. Why wait till you go to jail? And then because you're gonna have to become a lawyer, you cannot put your life in the hands of these lawyers. I wouldn't care if it's a pay lawyer or a public defender. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to lawyer up. And I ain't talking about lawyer up with a lawyer. You're gonna have to learn, you know what I'm saying, some shit, you know what I'm saying? So you at least know what's going on in the courtroom when they get to trying to discuss your life, you know what I'm saying? And you sitting there not knowing what's going on. So, we definitely, started getting in a law library, and you start learning about different cases. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you start having those real life discussions change now. You know what I'm saying? You strip from all the money, all people, you see who's falling off. People, oh, your money ain't, they happy you in jail. You know what I'm saying? People that thought loved you, they ain't contacting you. You know what I'm saying? It's like only, and we know the story, who gonna be there for you. It's gonna be your mom. It's gonna be your sisters. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, your girl. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, and that's a you know what I'm saying, that's a big hopefully. You know what I'm saying? And so, at that time, you just really the things are just a little bit more serious now. A lot more serious. You know what I'm saying? The conversations, how I'm trying to figure out things. You know what I'm saying? It's just turned to just very serious. You know what I'm saying? And so, uh, we put up the fight that we, the best fight we thought we could put up, and still end up getting found guilty, although I might be overturning my case, even though it's over with the 10-11. That's a whole nother story right there. But so so now at this point, we get found guilty, you know what I'm saying? And they was really talking about trying to give us like 30 some years. And as I told you, I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even, you know, you know what I'm saying, the shooter or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So so they ended up attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? That's how I ended up getting the 20. They ended up giving me attempted murder because I guess they figured, oh, if you don't want to tell, we're gonna still, give you this the same amount of time that they gave me and bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he had 2 years more because he had attempted aggravated murder, and then they gave me the attempted murder, which I didn't even see coming. You know what I'm saying? Like it was on the indictment, it was in there, but we just went through trial. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know it's one shooter, but you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. That's one thing I learned. If you know, when you in the game, and you ain't gonna properly defend yourself because you ain't gonna tell what happened. So why you going to trial? You know what I'm saying? Most people go to trial, you don't get understand. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Was a jury, all white jury. Um, Everybody in there was white except the people that was coming to support us. And we had a stake fighting the case. So our parents and our people couldn't come all like that all the time. So we just basically in there like sitting ducks, you know what I'm saying? And so that was eye-opening, seeing that the circumstances that we was in, seeing everything that was going on, and how they have viewed us and how they looked at us, everything that they were saying in court, you know what I'm saying? So I'd start questioning myself, like, I know I'm not this person that they're trying to describe me to be. You know what I'm saying? And so that's an awakening within itself. You know what I'm saying? It's seeing how other people is viewing you. You know what I'm saying? And what you believe, you are as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? What they trying to say. They're not gonna break down the real story of what you really been through. And like I told you, I didn't jump into this to be a drug dealer or nothing like that. I went from bad boy and I went to this to that, and it transitioned to that. The influences of being a young kid around when you done locked up all the men on our block. You know what I'm saying? Put them in jail, but the dolphins just ain't in their right mind is coming around and asking us to go find it for them. You know what I'm saying? And we thinking, all right, we ain't got groceries or this in the house. That okay, we willing to do that because they already not even tripping off of us as young kids, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that we're even selling drugs, you know what I'm saying? So they don't care nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that. They care about that one incident, one bad decision can ruin your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And they can put whatever kind of jacket on you that they want to. Ain't nobody there in the courtroom to say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? They got the upper hand. And so, these were things and Dan we was from California. You know what I'm saying? Dan we was from California, or they wanted to try to make an example out of us. You know what I'm saying? And, which they did, and they still make an example out of people. You know what I mean?
All right,
And
hold on.
so,
A quick thought. Are you familiar with indigenous sovereignty?
indigenous sovereignty, yeah, y'all, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What about it?
So indigenous, like you're
Wasn't
saying, is
none of that. I didn't even learn nothing about that until like later when everybody was trying to file those claims and try to denounce their social security number and all this different shit. You know what I'm saying?
no. I think you're referring to sovereign citizen.
Yeah, sovereign citizen shit. Yeah,
I
for
don't know.
sure.
Indigenous sovereignty.
I ain't gonna lie, I did try to file one of those motions because it was like if they ruled in your favor on that, you wanted that to be on the record, like, hey, I filed a motion, and but to this day they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead though.
No, indigenous sovereignty is related to what you say, is that the courts have these preconceived notions to where they don't examine or have show no compassion or empathy towards the personal accounts and the personal realities of Black oppression, of like the
Right,
struggle of the perpetuated cycle of poverty and everything like that. So indigenous sovereignty is a case, as a case law that is trying to come out, is that when when
And
genetically,
somebody, I know somebody using it in one.
right? So genetically, if a race of people who is brought over here and forced laborers were slaves, they were put in a traumatic state by being by being enslaved. Now, genetically, through disposition, through medical records, it proves that their lineage is now disposed to duress. So if you have any black lineage, you have in black genetics, you technically are indigenously traumatized. So based on that, based on your indigenous trauma, the things the actions that you are subjected to or that you give in this land where your ancestors were traumatized at and oppressed,
Right.
then you are in a constant state of duress. Therefore, in court, you're found
Right.
incompetent. So now there's
Mm.
trying to be a lot of like studies behind that. And I feel like that's a very valid point with the black community and like especially within like very low income neighborhoods. And it's like there has to
Yeah.
be a lot more capacity, there has to be a lot more resource given into this because don't lock the motherfuckers up and throw them away the key and then having them, have this self discovery and this self journey by that harsh lesson is not where it's at. It needs to be given. There needs to be way more resources. It needs to be way more empathy given by these authorities. And it's like it's not there. That's why this case law needs to be pushed, and I feel like a lot more exposure needs to be given. And if we get doctors on the side and everything like that, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna
Yeah.
it will be a breakthrough because scientifically it is proven
Yeah.
that indigenous trauma and that these genetics are in a constant state of duress.
I want to say I know somebody that used that case, man. Somebody was writing me from the county jail, and they had used that case where they had brought up what they had went through, and it was supposed to matter. It's some case law where it's supposed to matter, but the devil is the author of confusion, man. You know what I'm saying? And what's important is that we just basically start thinking on a higher level, man, and not even putting ourselves in predicaments where we're in these courtrooms facing charges and cases, you know what I'm saying? Just really frivolously, you know what I'm saying? Because we really better than that. Everything that we've been through is really supposed to put us in a position of strength. You know what I'm saying? If you go, one of the books I read when I was locked up was Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice.
Mm.
And in there they talk about how when they brought slaves over here, everybody didn't survive. You know, the stories all the way from homicide, people jumping off the boat, people was trying to kill them, you know what I'm saying, for what they was trying to do and bring them over in chains. And people died on the way here. Some people survived on the way here. And the people that survived was looked at like you had to be you were actually mentally strong because you went through that. You survived that. You know what I'm saying? Slavery, if you went through that, that don't, to me, it don't make you weak, it make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being stripped away from your mother's sister. You might have a huge family of 100, you know what I'm saying, out there, and they stripped, and you in survival mode to find them. You can give a damn about being a slave or being it. Like, I'm gonna bust this move until I can find my because ultimately we overcame that shit no matter how much time it took. We the one put time in perspective, like 400 years could be more to the universe one day. You know what I'm saying? But we did it because we here now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's nowhere in the world that, knowing the information that we have, knowing that the drugs that I put in there, they put guns in it. I skipped all that. They just really put guns to our neighborhood, did all this, you know what I'm saying, and put us in a damn near state of confusion, you know what I'm saying, misunderstanding, conflict with our own people. Same shit they doing on the world stage now. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? You look at uh, one of the things I was studying in there, sociology, uh, and one of those things is to confuse people. You know what I'm saying? to misuse people, you know what I'm saying, and make and deceive people to make them think uh that everything is good over here, so we can have say so in a whole nother country, because it's looking like, because they didn't gave a few token people jobs and position over here, because ain't nobody, why would they listen to America if they like, man, y'all got slaves, y'all doing this, what we don't want to, we ain't listening to y'all. They straightened up they act, you know what I'm saying, on some, as a masquerade party, you know what I'm saying? So they had a world domination type of mind state of, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And but with the information we know now, we should have the ability to overcome all that. Look what you're doing now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look what I'm doing. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We're not, in the streets no more. We trying to pave a whole nother path, you know what I'm saying, for these, for us, for other youngsters, you know what I'm saying? And then we got to learn how to be able to come together. You know what I'm saying? If you can divide, you can conquer. And that's one of the things that they had mastered when it came to us, when some day one when they came over here. Like I said, you could have came over here as a family of 100, but got split. You know what I'm saying? You could divide, you can conquer people. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things uh, that they was able to have a art at. You know what I'm saying? Is dividing people. You know what I mean? And then when we stuck in that state, we ain't gonna never come together to make the businesses. We got so many young growing businesses that if we were starting to interrupt these businesses were growing. There's been so much trauma in our neighborhoods of people scandalous, backstabbing, snitching on each other, doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Because we were in the game. This is all game talk. This is all street talk. You know what I'm saying? This ain't business as usual. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even where we come from. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how they was able to, what I'm saying, trip us up and put us in a position that we was in. Well, we got to be in court trying to discuss these laws that help us. We shouldn't really even be in those positions, bro.
Mm.
But we is, you know what I'm saying? But it's just gonna take people like you, what you're doing, and a whole host of other people to continue and deal with the mental health. That's what people is logging that under now. That's like basically like a mental health thing, you know what I'm saying? To open up about what it is that we through, you know what I'm saying? And share with them, with the younger generation that's because they the future. They about to have kids, and how they gonna treat their kids, what they gonna do with they, because they still find a way to continue to lock us up. Even if the crack epidemic is not still popping, they like, we're gonna figure out something else. You watch these movies about what they're doing with these uh, um, the prescription drugs and shit like that. That was a whole nother game they came with. You know what I'm saying? That was an art of, uh, that didn't come from us. You know what I'm saying? But they putting that as in our way as a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep us sleep. You know what I'm saying? All these different uh, drugs and different distractions that they got, man. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna detour us from where we should be, where we should have been. You know what I'm saying? But I salute our people anyway, because we still here. They know we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take people like you to keep putting these stories out, keep letting people, because you never know who's gonna look at this. You only need one person, one bright mind to look at and get something from it. Like, I'm saying, I might not exactly be talking your language. You may not exactly be talking this language, but it's something that we talk, and we'll build a bridge in between languages that they can pick up and they can run with it and go do something that can maybe change the world. Like, I think what I was talking about, what Tupac said, spark one brain. You know what I'm saying? That can change something. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about no putting no puppet on no high stage. We talking about in the grassroots, in the trenches, where we really, really, really need people to come in and make the different changes before you end up in the prison and with nothing to say, and just trying to figure out how you're gonna get home first. You know what I'm saying? Before you can do anything. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely. That attitude and that intention is meritorious and it's impressive because it reflects in your business. It reflects in we eat together. That shows it connection. We all eat together. You know, we all grown together.
right.
Yeah, bro. That's amazing, bro. For real, that's amazing. And then, like you said, man, we stay on this track, stay focused, and everything else will come together. Everything else will attract.
We together definitely was something that had was birthed when I was locked up in prison. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, we love to chop it up about these stories and shit. Because me and bro, we had said once, we used to say, you know, we was both this neighborhood. We was like, we gonna one day we gonna sit back and laugh about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, you know, we do. You know what I'm saying? But so we ended up getting into a situation where I was involved in where he was already in the hole. He didn't had we was getting CDs sent in through paperwork, through legal paperwork. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, they open up the legal work and unless you was right there present before they open up your legal mail. And so if you got transcripts, you know, if you went to trial, your transcripts is thick like a yellow page book. You know what I'm saying? So we would have whoever was doing it cut the hole inside the paperwork and then drop the CDs inside the paperwork and then sandwich the paperwork in, put it in there, go to Staples, get the stamp, Best Buy, whatever, stamp it like it was coming from a lawyer. And then when it came in, we would know like what officer was going to be there that didn't like really even trip like with just it's your paperwork that just handed to me. So this was all going smooth, you know what I'm saying? Until one day the officer that was supposed to be there wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? And so we knew we wasn't sending it to ourselves, we were sending it to this white guy that was in the unit that was cool, you know what I'm saying? Was making sure he was straight. He was cool with it, everything was smooth. The paperwork came in, everything, we see the packages up there, we see it. But when they did shift change to do mail, we seen another officer that wasn't even supposed to be there. So, man, bro, we in the cell, we sitting out there looking like, oh hell no, you know what I'm saying? And so when they gave oh boy they to get it and all that, the officer opened it up and went through it. You know what I'm saying? Because the officer really have discretion. You know what I'm saying? He can hang your shit and tell you to go through it, and you fake go like, you know what I'm saying? But he opened it up and then shit start falling all out that motherfucker. He was like, man, hey, stay right there. Like, whoa, called in, they booked him and everything, right? So when they got it, they took it, they did an investigation, and they had tried to link the two between bro. You know what I'm saying? So they came and took him and then took him to the hole. So he was in the hole, he went to the hole, and then I was out there, and then some other shit that jumped off where about a week later we ended up getting into it. The whole big thing jumped off on the yard. We all out there fighting. They had to do they
Is that
and
that was the situation with bro
with who? Spark Diggs.
with Slick?
Like Rude, that was my boy on my back. Soon as I came to the yard, I was basically like, I'm already hot about the situation because I had just bought a TV. I had dad just started selling TVs there. We had put in all this work to get TVs and all that. And I just got out the hole. So I had just went and bought a TV, and then we like, man, I don't, you know, my nigga that was in there, Mossberg, he was from North Richmond, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, that was my celly. And so we're like, nigga, we about to watch nigga King Kong, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, Jurassic Park coming, we had the lineup, we about to make spread and all that. And they come in talking about they try to come because my somebody on the yard was you know a snitch. Well, it was this Portland business. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, this ain't California business. So I wasn't even really, you know, whatever, right? But my partner, he was from Portland, you know what I'm saying? That was my nigga. And they when they tried to move on him when we wasn't out there, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I'm in there, you know, we whipping up, like, you know what I'm saying? The whole all everybody, you know what I'm saying, all the Cali, and then like if we wasn't out there, most of the Cali niggas, we just doing we ain't here. That happened. So, you know, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm telling bro, like, you know, I felt like they did that because my bro was in the hall, and then we wasn't out there, and they thought that, you know, this nigga, he should have got down. I'm gonna say that, nigga, you should have just took off on somebody when that, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have came back in. It was like send word, they did this and did that. You know what I'm saying? But when he did, I get the word, and I'm like, pack up everything, nigga, TV, everything, nigga. We packed up all the shit, whatever the case may be. And we, you know, I basically went out there with intentions, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, we about to turn up, you know what I'm saying? And so as soon as I get out there, Slick out there, he like, man, like, don't even trip. It ain't even that serious. Like, it ain't even that serious because he seen me come out. Cause I'd send word, everybody pack up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We finna go to the hole. And then so when I get out there, they trying to stop me. They like, bro, like it ain't even that serious. It ain't serious like that. Like, So when I get out there, this boy, he fired up. He like, yeah, what's happening now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then they like, let's just, one on one. And then he was like, ain't no one saying this and that or whatever. So I'm like, man, enough of this motherfucking talking, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
good? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then it just jumped off. And I just took flight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put names out there because you know
yeah,
what I'm saying. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they um they I mean it was because this was the only ride I was involved in where it was black against black. You know what I'm saying? And I was already on the page where I was an advocate of that wasn't what we doing. And that's why I was upset because they tried to run down on him when he was just saying that this somebody was a snitch. He was informing somebody about something else, and he got mad because his partners didn't believe he was a snitch. You know what I'm saying? It's just prison bullshit that I wouldn't even want my people to even be going through. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? This is what was going on, and I should, and it was I don't even know how I let myself get in that position where I did even push it. And bro, I promise you, at this point, this was the last incident. This was the last ride I was involved in. And I was because once I went to the hole for this one, I had to reflect on all the people like Slick, you know what I'm saying, that you brought up that's doing a life sentence right now. Marcelli
bro.
Mossberg, I'm saying he was with me, he fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was gonna do whatever I was gonna do, you know what I'm saying? But he had a female that was coming to visit him. It was people had their wives coming up and everybody, you know what I'm saying? They had got and at that point, I had never felt bad about any of this. So I felt like everything that was happening was supposed to happen. We got put on a demonstration in here, whatever the case may be. But I actually that one I was like I felt like I was supposed to be a step up as a leader, you know what I'm saying, and be more diplomatic about the situation, get out there, iron it out, because it wasn't really even my issue. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and that was something that could have been definitely ironed out, you know what I'm saying, and this and that, because once we was all in the hole after this shit had happened, I was getting letters and kites and everything from everybody, just basically like, it's, just didn't was like there was nothing against me. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did I, you know what I'm saying, even push that button to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have nothing against me. I was basically doing this for somebody else. And which was a lot of my situations was always it was somebody else getting into something. And I would go and you know what I'm saying, and be try to straighten it out. You know what I'm saying? And if it had to be conflict or whatever it had to be to deal with it, that's what we was gonna do to deal with it. But and there, that was like really my turning point where when I sat in there and I was just like, man, like I got to do better when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of people. I felt like when you got people that got your back like that, man, I think they expect more of you to just don't even put them in those. They got your back to they go there with you, but it's no need to put people in those type of predicaments. You know what I'm saying? Situations where they losing everything because of this. You know what I'm saying? Because of basically a choice that I made that I'm about to go out here. I'm telling everybody pack they, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I really, really had it was a paradigm shift for me, you know what I'm saying, to start to being more diplomatic, man, to be a better leader, you know what I'm saying, in there. And and for if you're gonna have people relying on you and people gonna have your back, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be there for them as well. You know what I'm saying? And but when I got in there, that's where the eat together came from. You know what I'm saying? Because once we get in there, I'm damn sure gonna make sure everybody in there, we gonna make sure everybody's in there gonna guys eating. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a package. That's one thing they knew about us when we came in there. Anybody came in there from California, I wouldn't care if you was where you're from. If you was a brother, we made sure you had a package. You come in there, you're gonna have everything you need. We're gonna give you a startup kit. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the things we did. That's what we eat together had really initially came from, was from prison. And in that particular time that I was in the hole, that time is when I learned how to draw. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started coming with my designs and all that, and thinking that I was about to have a clothing line, a record label, and you know what I'm saying. I started getting my mind together at that point. I didn't. Me and bro had chopped it up, and we had talked about like, bro, we can't do all this time, and then it's just in vain, and then get out and really didn't take nothing from it, didn't learn nothing from this because we still just, you know what I'm saying, being involved in all these different conflicts in prison, you know what I'm saying? And so it was at that point in time, you know what I'm saying, that doing that, because I that time I did 6 months in the hole, you know what I'm saying, solitary confinement, you know what I'm saying. Once I had overcame that, I came out. I thought I was a artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know
Picasso,
what
huh?
you know what I'm saying? And again, I had, you know what I'm saying, I have found another level of focus on myself, you know what I'm saying, and, on how to express myself, how to deal with different conflicts, you know what I'm saying, not thinking, trying to rule with an iron fist, you know what I'm saying, like those days. I think at that time I was probably like, maybe like 35 years old, you know what I'm saying. I went in there when I was 21, you know what I'm saying. So like up until that time was where really like it was over, bro. Like I wasn't like a person knew not to come to me with a situation because you wasn't even serious about doing that if you came to me because you knew I was gonna tell you to stand down. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't handle that right then and there and you brought it to me, stand down, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, no need. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get you up here in this BCT program because ultimately, when I got out, the administration was trying their best to get me off the main line and get me in the program. We had fought so hard. They were like, all right, we got the program still, but your ass, you know what I'm saying, in and out of jail. They would come to me. I'd be, in the yard. They'd be calling me off the yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you want to get in this program that we got up here? Woo, woo. I'm like, yeah. I end up going to the hall again for something. I get back out. They wouldn't, because usually for a person, it would take them 6 months to get clear conduct. They had all this different shit. They would come to me without even clear conduct. I'm like, I only been at the hole this long because I'm almost like, and they was like, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? We get you, we'll get you in there. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, at that point, I was ready, bro. I was like, yeah, I ain't even fit to try. I could have found all the excuses in the world not to go to the building construction program. I ended up going in there getting an AA, you know what I'm saying, and building construction technology, learned how to build cabinets, uh, all type of, and I helped a lot of brothers from 10-7, Surge to a lot of brothers that I brought into, because once I got in there, it was cool to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Once I got in there, I could start telling people, hey, bro, this is this gravy up here all day, all, you know what I'm saying? Going to school, you building shit, you know what I'm saying? So I started telling other brothers, and I was the lifeline to get them and to that program. I'm like mentor now. You know what I'm saying? That's where I started my OK our people, people, uh lifers, people that I didn't care what you know what I'm saying. If you was still active gang member, I would still be like, I would want them to write something for my newsletter that I would send to the centers in Richmond, you know what I'm saying? And so I had really made a change at that point, bro. Yeah, for sure. I didn't mean to be long-winded, but if you can
Oh
chop
no,
this up.
no, no, no. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
That really, you really capturing your journey of what you had to endure and how you bettered yourself. And that's how you spent your time and your energy being reserved, being in prison. And
yeah,
what if today, like what will be some advice and some inspirations you'll give to those that are still down or to those who are sympathetic to souls that are in prison right now?
yeah. Do not settle on just fitting in to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And just make it your principle to just be mentally strong. You know what I'm saying? Out of no matter what you're going through, because they're gonna throw everything at you in the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? For you to trip up, they got, as you know, they got disciplinary segregation for you. They got the IMU intensive management program. They'll put you under the jail. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? But to just man stand on principle of being mentally strong. Try to educate yourself. Don't wait and try to be a part of prison politics. And the reason why I had to, because it was just, we paved the way for people that came later. You know what I'm saying? In prison. Like I said, there was nothing there. There was nothing in this prison. You know what I'm saying? We opened it up. There was no building program. There wasn't even a GED program in there. It was, but it was like only enough for like six, seven people every line movement or whatever the case may be. And just for people that was on their way home. You know what I'm saying? So we had put it in place where it didn't matter if you had life, it didn't matter. You deserve to be able to get an education. This is something that you can send to your kids. You can motivate your family and other people. You know what I'm saying? Not to want to come in there, but um, don't wait until you get into a situation where it forces you to want to have to change. Do it on your own. Make it because you standing on business as a man that you want to change and better yourself. No matter if you got loved ones there for you or you just doing your time by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Um, just do whatever you can to educate yourself, meditate, work out. You know what I'm saying? And write. You know what I'm saying? You got all the time in the world. You should be able to write a million books. You know what I'm saying? And for real, with everything is going on, I wish I would get in those computer classes. You know what I'm saying? Take every class that they offering you up in there, and just continue to try to better yourself. And you really don't have to be getting involved in those prison politics unless your hand is just super. If it's for sometimes, you force, you know what I'm saying? Because you already in prison. And then you have officers in there that will try to antagonize you. You know what I'm saying? Mess with your family or put you in a situation where you end up doing something that you probably didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? But you had to do. And of course, you know what I'm saying? At that point, you know what I'm saying? It's a choice that you have to make as a man. I'm not going to be there to influence it or do anything of that nature, but um, those are the things, man. And if you got opportunity to come home, get in that law library as well, because it shouldn't, like, it was cases and things that we should have, you know, able to detect and pick up earlier. But it took the case may get overturned in Washington because you won't have a single person in the Oregon system was able to figure it out that they was that they were like the Blakely law, that they should have had a sentencing jury if they're going to give you twice the amount of the maximum sentence. You know what I'm saying? Things like that take way, and if somebody can find and figure it out. And sometimes it's gonna go like that because these lawyers is not in our best interest. None of them is in our interest. We have to be in our own interest as men, no matter black or whoever you is. As men, we have to be in our best interest of trying to elevate and better ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and put ourselves in the best position we can in order to win. If we got a second chance of coming home or even from prison, start reaching out to all these organizations. I'm putting together a list now of all the organizations that's willing to do business with people that's locked up or that's incarcerated so that these people will do something. It will give them something to do because they don't want you to have nothing to do. They want you to be mad. They want you to get mad at your baby mom or whoever that's not there for you because they ain't giving you nothing to be there for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the easiest path is to be mad at someone else as soon as they do something or as soon as they say something to you. You know what I mean? But you, like I said, you have to overcome that. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I was really able to do. They couldn't even get under my skin. None of that. They thought I was gonna go back home. I've been home 6 years. You know what I'm saying? I came home 2007, 17. Ain't been back. They thought I was gonna. They thought like I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going back, bro. I'm not putting myself in that position I'm trying to associate myself around people that's doing productive, positive, inspirational, and motivational things, man. That's what type of time I'm on. And that's what I try to preach to the youngsters I'm doing now. I'm trying to put together a team summit now for the neighborhood. We've been doing Thanksgiving giveaway since I came home. I had a partner call me from my hood call me. It's like, bro, I'm proud of you, what you're doing. And he said, I wasn't even thinking like that. I wasn't even thinking. This is the first time since I've been gone for years. I came home, we put it together, got a couple other cats that's doing something. Pastor Mo, he's a pastor now, Basic Ministry is doing a lot of good things. My other homeboy from Cold World, he doing a lot of good things. And I was like, just brought them to the table, like, bro, let's win. If we start doing fashion shows, start doing, I just start surrounding myself around people that was doing positive and productive things, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought I was gonna come home on some, I'm not, nah, I had already reformed myself. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't a system because they're not there to reform you, bro. They're not there to help you. They're not there to do any of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to stand on business as a man and change up, switch up, and then be a better leader to yourself. Be a better leader to the people around you. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a domino effect of just, you know what I'm saying, of just having better success. Of everything that you're trying to do, better relationships with yourself, better relationships with your family, better relationships with the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, for real, for real.
Real rising above, staying emotionally, mentally resilient, man,
Yeah,
just staying focused, bro. Staying
yeah.
focused. That's bro,
Black
that's
people
some real
united
game.
is something they definitely don't want to see in there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to force feed it on ourselves. Period.
Mhm.
You know, and it's a whole nother thing coming on. I call it PPSD. You know, post prison stress disorder. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. You know, that's a whole nother thing. Like after, because you can do your best to reform yourself while you in there trying to put yourself in a better position mentally, logically, and everything that come home. When you really come out and have to deal with what it is that you got to deal with out here, it's and going for that long. That's a whole nother process in itself. They don't have no problem for that. So you know, you have to, just like I said, you have to mentally strong to overcome that. How would you want to have all these people locked up in prison and then knowing ultimately they're gonna come home and then don't have no program in place for that person to come when they once they get it? You know what I'm saying? That's cruel and unusual punishment within itself. You know what I'm saying? To even do that, they left to their parents or their girlfriend and Dylan, and she don't really understand what it is when he want to go out and be alone and all that. She thinking about herself and you know what I'm saying. Hey, I want to go. I want to do this and they're not putting this in perspective of what we just went to. Sometimes that was your best thoughts, your best time. What made you the best man that you was that solitude at sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what meditation is about. Like I watch 19 Keys a lot, and he talk about going to the beach and just walking on the sand. That's one of the things. I went to Hawaii, bro. Since I've been out, man, I've been to Cabo, man. I wasn't going back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no, man. Fuck that.
I wasn't going back, and I love to just everybody gonna have their own blueprint. You were saying something earlier. Everybody walked their own path. We all got our different stories. You can get somebody on here and they'll talk about how they came up in the dope game, how they came up, how they caught their case and did their time and whatever they did in time or wherever they did their time at. And everybody gonna have a different stamp on this, you know what I'm saying, on this universe of what they doing, you know what I'm saying? But if you do right by, good things will happen to you because I know for a fact, you know what I'm saying, after everything we went through, you know what I'm saying, to come home and you hear the stories, people do go back. People come home and you know what I'm saying, and they can have success as well. You know what I'm saying? If you put your best forward and you surround yourself with the best people and you stand on business when you get out, you letting people like I ain't I'm not on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm on. You know, and if they respect you and they love you, they gonna salute that. And that's what I get. I get salute. Like well, I do pop I can Richmond, I done did them at Nicholas Park, Ohio, People's Park. I done been to Lake Merritt, bro. I done been, bro, Antioch. I done been to every city you think of, bro. I done been to, and you can't do that if you out here and you being messy in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to associate yourself with this street bullshit, then yeah, it's not gonna happen. Somebody going, bro, we know how vicious it is out here. But when people seeing what I'm doing with the weed together, don't man, they pulling up, man. I don't have niggas pulling up. I don't even know pulling up. Man, oh, let me get this. Like, just want to support, bro. And that's what had motivated me to do what I was doing. Because then when they hear my story, when I tell them that I was locked up 21 years, bro, And even if they jumping off for a second, I try to squeeze it in real fast, bro. You know what I'm saying? My elevator pitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just did 21 years in prison, bro. I came home. I'm trying to get on, you know what I'm saying, through my brain, you know what I'm saying? I started my brain when I was locked up, we together. And they be like, just instantly, like, hey, you did 21 years? Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, let me get this, let me get this. You know what I'm saying? And fuck,
Mhm.
that's how I was able to grow my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with the change that I made. Like, I'm not, there's hella shit going on in the streets. Like, I tell them, no, young niggas, no. I talk to them. I hit them up. I mean, what's up, young bro? Like, what you been up to? Like, you know, what's going on? And they talk straight to me. I don't want to hear that street shit. I want to know what's going on with you personally. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Let me help in that department. You know what I'm saying? I can't help in the department and getting the AK and getting the switch and the switches and all that. You know what I'm saying? I can't help no more in that department. You know what I'm saying? I done did that, been in that. You know what I'm saying? I did, you know what I'm saying, 20 years based off living that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I can help you in the department of what you're trying to do, bro. I got a few actions. I'm plugged in now with the commissioner of Richmond. I'm plugged in with the New Life movement out here that got a movement for average youth going on out here. I'm plugged in with basic ministry in San Leandro. I can't be out here doing this. You know what I'm saying? They looking at me to be upstanding. Stand on the business you say that you want. We together. You know what I'm saying? You coming out here, changing your life. Stand on that business, and then you're gonna go a long way in this life. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I've been on. But I'll tap in with the youngsters, man. And so that's how I know that they be like, they want a connection with us, you know what I'm saying, with the older cats. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'd be a disconnect because you looking at the wrong person. This Instagram and all this is a whole lot of misdirection going on. Because you can see one older cat, you know what I'm saying, doing something positive. As soon as that 10 seconds go, you flip to somebody else chasing somebody down the street with a thing or jacking or and getting some money and getting away. You think you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You flip again, you see somebody else preaching to a choir, trying to uplift people. You know what I'm saying? You get a bit, then you switch, and then you see all these female twerking. You start looking at your girl. Why you wearing it? Like it's just a whole bunch of misdirection. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? That's
active, man.
throwing you off. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to just stay steady. You know what I'm saying on what I'm trying. And then I'm fortunate. You know what I'm saying. You asked about a support system. I do got my mom's. I got five sisters, bro. That all supported me. You know what I'm saying. Why I did my time. And I got one of the biggest families out here in Richmond, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to have that, you know what I'm saying? There was, there for me, you know what I'm saying? And then my bro, did I call this case with T Stokes, you know what I'm saying? He was there, you know what I'm saying? He's been number one when it comes to supporting the brand, supporting the change, and because we did it together. This conversation, when I talk about, we had this conversation about we can't just let this be in vain. You know what I'm saying? It was with him because he also made a change. He got into the electrician program in there. You know what I'm saying? I went into BCT. Are you familiar with the BCT program?
I am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I became a tutor in there and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I just became a mentor.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to influence people to just like, take off on people. I wasn't even pushing the line like that no more. I was tired of that shit, bro. It
Man,
was
every general, every colonel, man, got to retire, man. Hang it up, man.
yeah, man.
Let what's next come, But yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. I mean, mhm.
no. Go ahead.
You limited it. You limited in there to important information that you will need to survive out here. And I think we gotta pave a way for them, you know what I'm saying, to start getting that information in there and how to utilize the information properly once you get out here. That's definitely important thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people doing a lot of good things, and you got a lot of people that come on and they kind of just want to put it in the past. They don't want to like sit up here and talk about like I'm here talking about what I'm going through. I'm not the only one going through this, bro. You got a lot of people that I think my situation is like really unique because what I'm saying, I didn't snitch. You got all the shit that's going on in the world with people snitching and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I didn't snitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't even talk about it like that because it's nothing to get applause about. I just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I stood on that. I did the time, you know what I'm saying, for the attempted murder that I did not do, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is, you know what I'm saying? So by me doing that and then going through everything that I went through in prison, changing, literally, really changing my life, and then coming home, which people never thought I would do to this day. You know what I'm saying? I got a call earlier today about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and really changing my life, getting out here, you know what I'm saying? And standing on the business that I said I was. And that's why when people get on, I try to contact, what's up, bro? Anything, any connections that I made, I try to make as many connections as I can, even though that connection don't got nothing to do with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I know you solid, I can line you up because that's where you're gonna find the most solid people. You done did 10 years with this person. You know what they about. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nowhere in the world you're gonna go 10 years around me and not slip up and show me that you ain't that person that I want to even deal with when I go home. It's a lot of people I would never, deal with. And there's a lot of people that I just super got love for because we grew up around each other from kids from 21 years old all the way for 10, 50. I call them my brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up around you. I've been around you more than I've been around the people that's in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Because I went from my hood. I grew up from, like I said, from 10 to 21. But
Hmm.
I go to prison from 21 to 42. That's 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So, respect and everything, you know what I'm saying, is we grew up in the trenches of, I don't know if you heard like some of the shit that we had to do, bro, to get that cranking, to get that system the way that it is. The system is still is, nobody wants to be locked up, but we tried to make it as best as we could if we gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? We was the reason they came with the TV, MP3 players, made them phone calls cheaper. It made the food a little. The food is horrible in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. The food is horrible. You
I
know,
heard the phone calls used to be like $10, some crazy, like
$70,
astronomical number, like just straight disrespect.
man. I used to get a local line, bro. I got put up on game on how to get that local line.
Man.
Hey, I'm a website, man. I'm gonna get on one of those. That's how I got introduced to the website. I got on a President Pen Pal website
Mhm.
at the time when it was just starting. You know what I'm saying? It was getting popular. You know what I'm saying? I got on there. And I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of people try to knock that shit, but that really helped me too. Like I was saying, like without that, imagine like I still have my sister, but you still want affection. You still want to be connected to the world. You still, you know what I'm saying, like, want a presence of a female in your life, whether it's a letter, whether it's a phone call. So, like, I would encourage a lot of these females, like, man, y'all know what we go through out here. Y'all see brothers getting locked up. Y'all stand with us when we out here and everything is good. So it's nothing that nowadays everything is so easy to email somebody. You can have video visits like this with somebody to find a brother in there. Stop trying to just jump in a relationship with everybody. The niggas that they and brothers, let me take look, be like, hey, I can be there for you as a friend. What is it that you're doing? You do artwork? Is it somebody that got artwork? You know what I'm saying? Like, you writing a book, let's get some money.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's this Instagram. I can put an Instagram up for you. Let's build you a following, you know what I'm saying? Tell you a story. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Build business relationship with these people now. Like, don't be so starving. That's what I was telling people. Like, stop trying to get in a relationship with the females, bro. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody that's about something. Then you know what she's about. If she just want a relationship, I'm not gonna not no female, whatever. But don't get interested in that relationship things. You know what I'm saying? Because now your relationship comes with responsibilities that you locked up, you can't even fulfill. You know what I'm saying? But if you bring something to the table, business wise,
Hmm.
or whatever, bro. But man, my bad. I know it's a few more things you want to
Oh,
touch on, man. Just
oh no, bro. It's good, man. This the whole purpose of this is to explore your mind, bro. Is to explore your
yeah,
self-discovery and your growth. And man, this is some real ism right here. It's a
yeah,
blessing, bro. Um,
yeah,
but uh
yeah,
but yeah, bro, it's really like you said, man, rising above all them distractions, man, and the misdirections, following your inner
yeah,
genius, just staying grounded.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how did I mean, bro? How was it from you when you got there at Snake River, man? I mean,
Yeah.
how was it for you, bro? And I mean, that's
28.
crazy because I oh my God,
It was 2018 when I touched down. It was 2018. I don't
we
think you
gone.
ever met. I don't think you ever met, bro. Man, he's from Trees. His name they call him Superior Uhuru. He about like 6'8", man, 280
Where you from?
pounds. Huh?
Where was he from?
He was from Virginia. He was an interstate compact.
Okay, Virginia.
He had it
Because you know,
very structured when I went there. So when I first touched out of Snake, it was the feds. I like in my mind, it was wild. But that was only because it was that night. I was naive to the real. So I'm with him and bro, and I'm just introduced to all this stuff. And then once he
bro,
left,
who is
like
bro?
Slick.
Okay,
Yep.
that's
So
my guy.
yep.
Compton, yeah, mob.
Yeah, man. Big Slick Deuce, man. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. My next episode, next interview will be with him. We're gonna do a VO visit. We're gonna do a VO visit, and I'm gonna have him just talk, man, break it down, see what's going on with him,
That's
man, explore his mind.
all right, man. I love that boy. Like he had my back. He was the one. Like when I had people also like that. Your role was not to get involved in what was going on, but to make sure nothing happened to me. You know what I'm saying? What I was doing when I'm getting down, nothing happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Slick, he's like, he's right, he's in it. Like that boy came flying out of like that boy, that I knew I had him with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's that's my boy right there. And that was the first situation we got in because sometimes a person can be around you. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like had any lack of confidence anymore, anything like that. But when the shit hit the fan, he was he was he was action packed, man. He's a beast, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, Compton.
yeah, man. Shout out to bro, man, free bro. So
Yeah,
my introduction to Snake, man, it changed real fast once that dude Superior once he ended up going to IMU because he beat up like 8 officers. They kept fucking with his
hey,
property, and he knocked 4 of them out, split one of them. He just spazzed out. So, but
yeah,
yeah, after once he left, his whole little structure dissolved, and then the real, like the illusion, it was unveiled of like what really Snake was like you said, like all the like the picking and choosing and the weird, just the divide and conquer, So it
yeah,
just and then that was my spark of okay, like all this is just it's BS. Like it's a distraction. Like and I never felt I remember I'll be sitting in the day room and everybody's popping, and everybody's talking, and I'm just like, it just didn't feel right. I just felt like unaccomplished. Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I start, being more like in my books and in my writing and just like kind of having like real conversations with substance in it, even if it's theorizing or
yeah,
whatever it is, it made me feel inspired. It made me feel worthy, you know what I'm saying, of like a value. So,
yeah,
and that itself started like attracting and like hardening others to like, when they came around me, they know what it was, then start tattooing and doing all this stuff. But really just start exploring different, like, just like dimensions of myself. And I was gonna ask
yeah.
you because you did touch on a point to where you said like, you come home and you just kind of like leave that shit in the past. Like I've been out 4 months now, and I just knocked out 90 months. So that
Congratulations, man.
yeah, I appreciate it. So that now that I'm home, it feels I hit the ground running so fast, and it's crazy because I didn't know I was gonna go so fast. Got my CDL, been working, doing the podcasting, just really just staying on my grind and this maturity. It's like that time, like it doesn't even feel the essence. It kind of feels like it never happened because I took all the good, I took all the positive and the integrity of it and brought it into this like propulsion of like, of just focus, of concentration, of accomplishment to where as I'm just achieving now, I'm like, damn, that don't even feel like I was in the pen 4 months ago. Like it feels, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Like it's a weird sensation that I have. It's like that shit don't even feel real no more. Like it don't even, it's nothing now. Like, I don't know. Like, have you ever felt that way?
Um, yeah, like I did feel that way. It was like I was in a time machine, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't instantly let it go because, like I said, bro had 2 more years more than me. So he was still in there, and I had to be concerned with that. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying? Making sure, although he was good, you know what I'm saying? He had a wifey, everything, you know what I'm saying? But I still, make sure he had money and books or whatever he needed. You know what I'm saying? I would, send it to him. So it wasn't like I just could instantly like let it go. But I knew I had to get on my business. So when he came home, he was gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And so yeah,
Real talk, real
yeah,
talk. And it like that feeling, like that release, it happens so naturally just by
yeah,
like being in
yeah,
that stream. Because like even right now, like as we was podcasting, like bro called twice. I don't want to interrupt you. It's like, you stay
yeah.
tapped in, stay showing love, stay sending books, stay, making sure everybody's good. And it's like those
Mhm.
are those good attributes that comes, but even as it comes, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't. I don't know, man. It's like surreal. Like I feel
Mhm.
like I'm dreaming still. I'm kind of in that like excited stage of like, damn, I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta put yourself in that time travel type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? That it was a purpose. It's everything has a purpose. Everything has a, you know what I'm saying? So maybe uh, you know, things had to slow down for you. You had to go experience that, you know what I'm saying? So you can open up to who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get caught up in the streets and then we'll start to become, like I said, I started off bad boy and things like that, and then drifted over to the game. You know what I'm saying? Just not because that's what I wanted to do, is because being so young and not really, you know, mature enough as a young man to not let circumstances make a decision for me, and I had become a product of my environment. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of people say that, but that's really what it was when those are your options. You know what I'm saying? We come from a small town, Richmond, California. We surrounded by, Oakland, bigger cities like San Francisco, you know what I'm saying? But, in Vallejo, things of that nature. But the stories are all similar of how we was one of the hubs where it started when they started dumping drugs into the community and things like that. So we were becoming something that we was never meant to be. You know what I'm saying? But we drifted to it because financially, it was what we felt it was beneficial. You know what I'm saying? So we never even got to tap into the essence to really who we was. You know what I'm saying? If that wasn't there. And so when you go to prison, you strip from all that. So you have to recalibrate yourself, you know what I'm saying? And try to understand yourself, knowing yourself, loving yourself, you know what I'm saying? Reconnecting with yourself, you know what I'm saying? And then now you back introduce it's a rebirth back to the mainland, you know what I'm saying, to the blacktop. And then once you get there, you know what I'm saying, now you have to take things get behind the wheel of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what I'm about to do. You see the opportunities that's there, and you just find your lane. You know what I'm saying?
bro,
And it's okay to
crazy
let it go. You know what I mean?
how you said rebirth. Like that last year, I would constantly tell myself like it feels like a baptism. Like I'm stepping out, I'm rebirthing. I'm not reincarnating into what it was. This is a something whole new though. This is yeah, man. Oh God, I like that. I like that metaphor.
Yeah. So and you deserve it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you young man, you still young. It's a blessing that, and that's why I'm supporting it here now. You know what I'm saying? Because I wish that I would have got out a little bit earlier to have more time to do what I was doing. And I tell people, you don't want to be my age trying to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? They see what I'm doing and they want to support me. I'm like, this something, you know what I'm saying? As a young man, you can be doing, and you're gonna accelerate quicker, faster. You know what I'm saying? Than probably I am because you've been out here. You wasn't locked up, you know what I'm saying, with all the social media and you getting hit with that. I don't know, you probably had cell phones and all that, but none of that stuff existed. You know what I'm saying? When I went in. When I came home, it was cell phones, internet, social media, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was looking at it like, what they call a copycat league. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was in the streets. The streets is a copycat league. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody seeing what's going on in California, or they seeing what's going on in New York, or they seeing what's going on in Chicago or Miami, these bigger cities, Texas, and then everybody can emulate that easily through their phone. You know what I'm saying? They're giving the kids a phone at a young age. He looking at the phone, he's seeing what somebody's doing. And when you was growing up, you only saw what was going on in your city. We're dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? Now with the internet, you can see what's going on across the world. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a war and Ukraine, or whether it's a war in Chicago, or whether it's whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to deal with the a bigger picture, like that. It's putting more on you than we really need to know. We really All this information that they feeding us is it's just a distraction, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a distraction. You will definitely, and then, but you got to learn how to utilize it to your benefit. You know what I'm saying? Try to capitalize on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's bad, everything good. Cause when you start putting bad and negative, that shit boomerangs back to you. You know what I'm saying? And they say, if the speed of light is getting here, we getting this energy from billions a year worth of energy, but we're bouncing energy and everything off of each other in real time right now. And we got to learn how to benefit and how to make it work for us and what we're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? And they're not even teaching people that now. You just done put this internet and everything in front of everybody, and nobody was obviously taught how to, what I'm saying, use it in the best interest of how it can work for us. It's working against us. You know what I'm saying? And that was my thing. I tried
That's that's
to
real
work.
talk. Is that technology is the emulation of spirituality, of our natural energy. So
Yeah,
all this energy mining that's going on is only a reflection of what we do naturally. And that's real
yeah.
talk. That's real talk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I say about post prison stress disorder, because you're dealing with something that you never dealt with before, and learning how to do it without being taught how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's raw that you coming home and you doing what you're doing. Cause we actually, I don't know if you know Serge, we had a podcast as well called Stitch Slip Certified. You know what I'm saying? I allowed him to use my LLC to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, and because I ain't got to be a part of everything. You know what I'm saying? If you want, I don't have time to do this, then you want to do it, and you see this is already built and in place, man, it's there for that. Because I ain't gonna just say, oh, we rocking in prison, but when I get home and I got something to offer, I'm stingy. Nah, bro, this is what I'm doing. This for everybody, bro. You can, if you want to, if you can make money doing pushing, let's do it. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? You want to start a hey, we eat together podcast, give me a hey, bro, I got this good idea. Let's do it. I'm not saying no to none of that, bro. Let's do it. Let's get cracking. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like to see what you're doing, bro. It's just really, really, really honored to be because I know your shit about to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Your shit about to be, you know what I'm saying, through the roof. And so like to be here, you gotta make sure to bring me on again whenever I got like a new drop or something, man. You gotta bring me because and it's a
Yeah,
lot more that we can share to these youngins, man. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
I look at you as now as you're a leader, bro. You can't do this without a leader mentality. You know what I'm saying? And to want to spread this to people that's, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna pay attention, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna stand on business like that. You know what I'm saying? I just seen the story just dropped about this dude did all this time in prison. How he changed his life. I ain't trying to go through that. I ain't trying to be eating slop. I used to call him, he like, I tell him, like, he said, that sound like slop. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, that's you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
yeah, we want that, what they call it, the goulash, man. We don't want none of that, man.
We don't want that. I tell people like they don't even fry food in there, man. They're giving you soybean patties in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, that's what you're gonna eat when you get in there.
It's
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying?
There's a case study too that they did. There's a doctor. He said that soy products naturally boosts estrogen levels. So they said that the reason why institutions buy these soy products, not because it's cheaper, is because it's shown statistically, empirically shown that these products will reduce violence, reduce aggression within inmates by trying to manipulate their biochemical levels. And it's like that
Yeah,
alone is like, bro, motherfuckers got to
it's
really wake up to what's going on in these systems. Like they're like this shit is like beyond medication. Like this is some real lab rat shit going on, and they're playing with
yeah,
people. And then you got a lot of that woke what is it LGBTQ within the prison and
yeah,
the commissary sheets. You got more makeup than you got
yeah.
chips, and it's like
Right, right.
it's heavy. It's just it really goes to show you like kind of this insinuated subliminal agenda that's going on, that they're how they're trying to control population in its prison population. But it happens in so many different scales and shit. But on God, bro,
Yeah,
it's heavy, man. It's a lot of it's a
yeah,
lot going on. We definitely got to come on here, pop some theories, pop some sports, man. Pop
yeah. Oh,
some
yeah, yeah, yeah,
new
for
apparel.
sure. I'm doing all we doing all that, man. Yeah, man. Hey, we got to get the people to go to the website, man. www.wetogether.shop. You know what I'm saying? It's not .com. It's We Eat Together Apparel dot shop. You know what I'm saying? It's www.wetapparel.shop, man. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Link
Go to
will
the
be
Instagram.
link will be in the YouTube bio. Link will be in the Instagram bio. Uh, and
Early.
have your social media ads on there as well. Contact Keto, man. Real general, real salute, man. It's all good, man. It's all love.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate being on here, supporting what you're doing, man. And I love seeing it, man. I went checked out something, and you really be on some real deep shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, bro, heavy with it. So I was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It really had me having to start, before I got on here, like had to start think about, reflect on a few things, because like you said, like so much stuff go by, you start dealing with life and stuff, what's going on now. I started to reflect back. Like you made me reflect back, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I believe it's strength in that. You know what I'm saying? And reflecting on what you've been through. Don't throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Use that to catapult yourself. You know what I'm saying? A trampoline forward. You know what I'm saying? And and that's one thing I tell people too, man. I mean, I know it's cruel and unusual to be locked up in prison. Prison is definitely a place no one wants to be. But if you find yourself in that situation, man, you have to actually, you got to refine yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Recalibrate who you are. And as a man, don't get misled. Don't be easily influenced and peer pressure by what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to stand up. Don't easily be manipulated, you know what I'm saying? And then, do what you got to do to get out of there and come back. And then with your second chance, do right by that for surely.
For sure, for sure. Stand right by it. Absolutely, bro, man. I appreciate you, family.
Yeah, nah, I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm
Pleasure.
saying? We eat together, still slip certified, live by that, die by that. Shout out to my bro T Stoves, man. Shout out to the Shot Town, shout out to the Bay Area, shout out to the Rich, man. Shout out to Portland, Oregon, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New Life Base Ministry, Cold World, man. We in this thing.
Get it, man. We eat together, family. It's all harmony, man. It's all love.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Balance the whole vibrations, bro.
Salute.